Hood, Outlaws and Legends is a game based on gang warfare set in a violent, medieval world. Your goal is to outplay rival gangs in intense PvPvE multiplayer heists. I was lucky enough to be granted access by Focus Home Entertainment and given the freedom to say whatever I want about the game, so having played it myself now, I can tell you all about it. I also have a copy of the game to give away. The version of Hood, Outlaws and Legends up for grabs is the Year 1 edition, which will include 3 seasonal battle passes. It's a Steam key, so for the PC gamers watching, stick around, I'll tell you more about what you need to do for a chance to win the copy for yourself later in the video. So in today's video I will tell you everything I know about the game so far, both from the official press releases and from my own experience of having played it. I'll give you the official description for Hood, Outlaws and Legends, and I'll talk in more depth about the gameplay, the different classes you can play, the customizations, and more importantly, how the game feels. I will also talk about the Year 1 roadmap for continued development, and finally I'll touch on who may enjoy this game in case you're on the fence and you're wondering whether you should jump in or not. So in Hood, Outlaws and Legends you will play as part of a 4-player team. Each team is given the task of making their way through the PvE defences to find a treasure. You have to steal the key for the vault, move the chest to an extraction point, and defend it against both the sheriff and his men and the other team of players. There are 4 classes to play, including a hunter, archer, brawler and a mystic, each with their own weapons, gear and perks. I'll talk more about each of the classes shortly. Between the heists you can use experience points and treasure to unlock new perks and cosmetics. Giving money back to the people will increase the range of items available to you in the shops. You can further personalise your heroes with a range of new weapons and costumes, and for some of the more prestigious cosmetics you will need to demonstrate your mastery of each character through both time investment and skill-based actions. The game is set for official release on May 10th, but you can get 3 days early access and start playing on May 7th if you pre-order the game. It's available on PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox One, S and X. So let me step back for a moment and walk you through how the game begins. You'll start out by playing a tutorial, which will take around 15 minutes to complete. During this time you'll play through a heist and have a turn at controlling each of the playable characters while you are given instructions to follow. The tutorial will teach you about each phase of the heist, which includes the infiltration, taking down the guards, pickpocketing the key from the sheriff, unlocking the vault, capturing points on the map, stealing the chest and the extraction process. You'll also learn about stealth mechanics and doing callouts to your team, as well as navigating your way around various obstacles in your path. It will also teach you briefly about the basic combat abilities of each character, as well as their gear abilities. We'll come to that. So the initial phase is all about getting in. You can either storm the gates or blast your way through, or you can choose a stealthy approach and start taking people down quietly. You can use distractions such as by throwing rocks to divert the guards and slip past, or you can assassinate them up close or at range, or flat out brawl with them depending on which character you're using. Anyone familiar with Assassin's Creed games will be off to a good start here. Capturing points on the map as you go is useful as you make progress. If you die you will respawn closer to your objective if you're in control of the capture points. Once you're in you need to find the sheriff. He has the key to the vault, so you can either take him down or use some tricks to get the key away from him. Once you have the key, you need to find the vault and unlock it. Then one of your team needs to carry the chest to the extraction point, where you will need to work as a team to get the loot out. Each time you drop the chest though, you'll lose some of the gold inside. Once you're at the extraction point, you can use 1 or 2 players to winch the chest out. As you hit various stages on the winching process, you'll earn some gold, so if you don't manage to finish the job, at least you won't come away empty-handed. Bear in mind at this point though, the sheriff might come for you or some of the guards, so you'll need cover from your other teammates. If you're spotted during any of this, then an area on the map will go into lockdown. That's if you're spotted. However, if you're spotted with the chest, then the entire map will go into lockdown. What this means is that you'll be unable to use some of your special abilities for a time, so it's in your interest to attempt to keep the map unlocked if you can. Taking down the sheriff can only be done easily with one of a few special abilities which are on a long cooldown, so again it's a balancing act for when you should deploy them. The process to follow is all fairly straightforward, however it all gets a bit complicated when you introduce another team into the mix, trying to achieve the same goal as you and tripping you up along the way, redirecting guards into your path or flat out peppering your team with arrows when you're trying to stay quiet. That's when things can get really messy. Once you're finished with the tutorial you will be brought to the Hideout, which is basically a playable main menu. In the Hideout you will find a number of things to play around with. You can select which character you want to use and go to the training area. You can change your character's outfits or weapon cosmetics. Most of these will be locked when you start out the game however. The really interesting part is where you can start to pick up perks for each of your characters, and how you can start to build up your hideout based on your rank. This is where you can customize the abilities or tweak aspects of your character to suit your own playstyle. Each of the characters has strengths and weaknesses, and your perks will allow you more control over how your character plays. You can have 3 perks active in total per character. Each perk slot offers a number of options to pick from, and the options are different based on the perk slot. They can be complete game changers and alter the way your character plays. I'll give you some examples of this when we talk about each of the characters shortly. The individual perks unlock as you make progress by using each character. You'll gain ranks up to 10 for each character, which will allow you to unlock the top end perks. There is also a hideout rank which can be increased by giving away gold you've earned to the people. By increasing your hideout rank, you will unlock different shop options and challenges to complete. Alternatively, you can keep the gold you've earned, or some of it, and use this to buy yourself perks you've unlocked or new looks for your character. So let's talk about the different characters quickly, and then we'll talk more about the gameplay in action. I'll also come on to how you can win a copy of the game for yourself. So Robin is your archer. He obviously works best at range using his longbow, and at base level he comes with an ability which allows him to fire an exploding arrow that deals a lot of AoE damage. He can pick up gear during the heist which allows him to throw flash grenades and blind people in a small area, and has a trait which allows him to scout well, meaning any targets he tags for the team will stay tagged for longer. In melee range, however, he's really weak at base level, so you want to keep your distance. However, one example perk you can pick up for him allows you to increase his melee damage, but each hit you deliver will cost you some ammo. John is your bruiser or tank. He uses a 2-handed hammer and his abilities centre around strength and melee damage. He's able to raise portcullises which can provide a way in for your team members, and he can pick up gear during a heist which will allow him to throw a bomb which can kill all targets within a small radius. Some of his perks can make him even tankier or able to carry the loot chest more quickly. You can even set him up with perks that see his ability bar increase more quickly for killing enemy players. Tuck is almost like a shaman or a support class. He comes with the ability to highlight hidden enemies for team members and even heal them up. He's a melee fighter and comes with a flail for wide sweeping attacks, and can also stun opponents when using the heavy attack. His trait allows him to increase his stamina regeneration, and he can throw gas grenades which depletes enemy stamina bars, and using the right perks he can even change this so that his grenades heal up team members. Marianne is your assassin class. She specialises in stealth attacks and comes with a punch dagger and crossbow. The crossbow can be charged up to fire cone damage, but this only works well over a close range. Her trait is called Shadow and allows you to evade detection and perform assassinations in plain sight for a time. It's also really useful for getting the key away from the sheriff, as you can pick his pocket while Shadow is active. She can pick up gear during the heist which will allow her to throw smoke bombs. This obscures enemy vision but also prevents the enemy team from tagging anything in the smoke cloud. Now I'll take a moment to tell you how you could win a copy of the game for yourself. So I've only got one key to give away, and I'm going to make it as easy as possible to get in with a shot to win it. I'll be picking the winner completely at random from a list of anyone who fits the criteria. All you need to do is like the video, leave me a comment to tell me any other games you'd love to hear more about or upcoming games you've got your eye on, sub to the channel, follow me on Twitter, and then send me a quick email to let me know your Twitter handle. I'll be using Twitter to announce the winner on the 10th of May when the game officially releases. Then I'll send the winner a private message with a Steam key. My Twitter handle and email address are both in the video description if you'd like to enter. And that's all you need to do. I have no agenda on who wins. I haven't had many opportunities to run a competition like this, so it's just nice to give something back. So in terms of the inevitable question, is the game good? I've personally loved my time in the game so far. Pretty damn chaotic once you get stuck in with the other team and the guards are swarming you. If you enjoy PvP games or you enjoy Assassin's Creed type gameplay, then I suspect you might like this game. The Year 1 roadmap states that there will be free content coming out for everyone to enjoy. Development of the game is still underway. They will be releasing new game modes which will focus more on the combat and less on the initial game mechanic I've outlined here. There will be seasonal events to jump into and new maps. I might be sticking with this game for some time. In terms of the bugs and imperfections, it's very early to tell. I'm still playing during the early access period. Matchmaking has been pretty smooth so far, but the real test will come when the floodgates open and everyone jumps in. Given that there is a roadmap spelled out for the full year though, I expect that balancing and server performance will be the top priority if there are any major issues when the game goes live to the world. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to enter the competition if you're interested. Leave me a like and comment if you don't mind, sub if you're new, and I'll wrap it up there. Thank you for watching, take care, stay safe, bye bye now.